Morning, Facebook. It's Anna here. How you doing? Okay. Say hey if you're jumping on. This is nice, Anna. Asshole mode from last night is disengaged. Although it may come back, I warn you. I cannot promise anything. I cannot promise that it won't make a bit of a comeback because, hey, that's just what happens sometimes. So say hey if you're jumping on. Someone's there. Who is it? Say who you are. All right, so I want to be nice. I want to be nice after what I posted last night because obviously it was a bit tongue-in-cheek and a little bit smart-arsey because that's just how I roll. And sometimes I am quite blunt in a very smart-ass, sarcastic way. That's just what I love and what I do, so that's okay. But what I wanted to talk about, right, is the thing that I wish somebody had told me when I first joined a gym, right? So if you're jumping on, say hey, whether you're watching live or the replay, and feel free to pop in any questions. If you have any questions relating to like going to the gym or whatever, if you've been, if you're just considering it, if you're just wanting some general help, or maybe if you've been going for a while and you're not seeing the results you want, it can be as specific as you want. I'll try and help as much as I can. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about was what I wish that somebody had told me when I first joined a gym, and what to actually look out for, right? Because here's the thing, like, and this is, I guess, why I did that post last night, because I think a lot of the time people often do join a gym, right? And the thing that they ask, or the thing that they say when the gym membership salesperson says, you know, what brings you in, what made you want to, you know, join up now as opposed to last week, last month, last year. A lot of the time, not all of the time, but obviously a lot of the time it is that people want to lose weight and tone up. That's just the most common thing that we hear, right? And this is for guys, girls, everyone. And so the thing with that is, right, and the membership salesperson obviously has to be like, okay, awesome, you know, well done, and that's cool, we can help with that and everything like that. And absolutely you can. I'm not saying that the gym is not conducive to this goal. It absolutely is. But the thing that I guess, it takes a bit of time to explain, which is why I'm doing it now rather than, this is something that every time someone joins a gym, it just cannot be explained, or, it's just going to completely overwhelm people, right? And at the end of the day, we want people to be healthy and fit, and that's what the gym is about, right? So the thing that doesn't get explained a lot of the time is that, like I said in my post last night, the gym is not the place to go to lose weight, right? And there's a bunch of reasons for this, but the biggest being that if you're going to rely on basically punishing yourself and working really hard and calories out, basically focusing on that, on just burning as many calories as you can, if that's what you're focusing on, then you're going to end up in a very unhealthy relationship with your body and with your fitness, right? Where basically you start to see the gym as somewhere that you go to punish yourself. And I'm talking from experience, right? Because this is what I did for years. I'm a reformed binge eater. I was binge eater for almost a decade. And so for me, the gym very much, I was one of those people that went in, and this is why I'm calling myself on my own shit and saying it as it is, right? That we did go to the gym to basically lose weight, right? And so it did become a punishment, and every time I thought about going to the gym, even when it wasn't a punishment, I still thought of it as the place I have to go to lose weight, the place that I have to go to expend energy, the place that I have to go to get rid of those calories that I've had or whatever. Say hey if you're jumping on, by the way, and any questions that you might have about the gym, feel free to drop them in and I'll have a look at them soon. But the problem with that is that it really starts developing a really unhealthy relationship, first of all, with the gym, but also with your mindset and with your relationship to your own body, because you start to see the gym as just somewhere that you go to punish yourself, somewhere that you're not actually rewarding yourself, you're not actually loving yourself. It's just becomes something that's literally just punishing yourself, literally just telling yourself, this is where I go when I've been bad, when I've eaten something too much, or had a cheat meal or whatever it is. This is where I go to work it off. That terminology, right? Work it off sounds so good, but really it's just another way of saying to punish myself, to deal with the damage, right? And so the thing that I wish that somebody had told me when I first joined is that the most important lesson you'll ever learn, and if you can grasp this sooner rather than later, like for me, it took me many, many, many years, and I had to figure it out myself. Nobody told me this. The thing that I wish that somebody had told me and that I had grasped much earlier is to understand that the gym is the place that you go to build yourself up, to reward yourself, the place that you go to actually love your body and to strengthen it, right? Because here's the thing, as long as you've got that idea in your head that this is the place that you go to punish yourself, the place that you go to work off whatever you've eaten or whatever it is that you have to, balance out these calories and all that kind of stuff, you will always have that relationship where it's somewhere that you, even subconsciously, you might not realize it at first, but it's somewhere that you subconsciously resent, right? Because you just see it as a sign that you've been bad, or a sign that you've done the wrong thing, or a sign that you need to keep doing this because you're combating something else, the food or whatever it is. And this is what it was for me for years with binge eating, right? I would go and eat copious amounts of food. I would absolutely binge out like crazy. And then I would go to the gym, or, for a while as well, it was just running around the track for hours at night. And I mean, like midnight at night, I would go running with one of my friends. And it became literally just a punishment. It was just like, well, I binged, so therefore now I have to go spend 2 hours in the gym. And it develops that idea. And even if you're not that bad, even if you're not binge eating, even if you're not punishing yourself to that extent, that's great. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, because it's going to be that much easier. But even if it's not that bad, it's something that you subconsciously start to take on, right? So it's something that you subconsciously start to go, okay, this is somewhere where I actually go because I've done something bad, or because I have to combat something, or I have to work it off, or I have to balance, what I'm eating and stuff like that. And the place that you get to where it just becomes effortless, where weight loss just becomes so easy and so fun, and you actually start to really enjoy going to the gym, is when you stop putting it in that box of thinking, well, this is about, punishing myself, or this is about working something off, and actually start thinking of it as somewhere as where you're rewarding yourself. And I'm going to quickly touch on why I mean that, right? Why I mean rewarding yourself and building yourself up. Because here's the thing, you're never going to actually lose weight in a gym, right? You might burn some extra calories for sure, but then your body will just get used to that, and you will plateau basically, and it will start being able to gain weight easier. So for example, when someone joins a gym at first and they think of it as something that they want to lose weight with, right? And I'm just going to rush through this really quickly. So I'm sorry that it's going to be really rushed, but this is a huge topic otherwise. But basically, when you first join the gym, right, a lot of people think they want to lose weight. So they're like, all right, from now on, I'm going to come into the gym 3-4 times a week, and I'm going to do 45 minutes on the treadmill or the cross trainer or the bike or whatever it is. I'm going to go do some cycle classes, I'm going to do some fitness classes, whatever it is, right? So let's say they implement, 45 minutes 4 times a week now of exercise, right? And that's their goal, because they're like, well, okay, I'm going to expend more energy, so therefore I'm going to lose weight. Yes, but then your body adapts to that, right? Especially if it's fitness related, and if it's like cardio and fitness classes and stuff, as opposed to weight training. Yes, your body is going to lose some fat and lose some weight at the beginning, and then it's going to get used to that. Then it's going to get used to that amount of energy being expended, and if you do not increase it and keep increasing it, you're not going to lose any more weight, and you're probably actually going to start regaining it, right? Because your body will actually adapt to it very well. Our bodies are adaptive mechanisms and organisms. So that's what most people find themselves at, and that's why they find themselves, in 6 months' time, that they haven't actually lost weight, or they've actually gained it, because they've expended all this extra energy. They haven't really fixed all the other stuff that I wrote about in that post yesterday with, your mindset and your eating and your lifestyle and your relationship with your body. That's really important. They haven't fixed any of that stuff, right? And so they've gotten to the stage where nothing's changed, basically. And so the problem there is, again, they still see the gym as somewhere that they go to punish themselves. And now it gets even worse, because not only have they been going there to punish themselves for, overeating and indulging and that kind of stuff in the past, but now they've actually added to it that basically now there's also that they haven't actually got results, right? That they actually haven't lost any weight, that they don't actually look any different. So it just has added to it, right? Just losing my train of thought. Pop any questions if you have any that you want to ask even if it's when you're watching on the replay or whatever. Feel free to pop some questions in if you have any. But yeah, the thing, like I said, the thing that it took me a really long time, and I wish somebody had told me this earlier, is to just stop looking at the gym as somewhere that you go to punish yourself. Stop looking at the gym as somewhere that you have to go to work off whatever you've eaten or whatever it is. Because the truth of the matter is, like I just explained, if you're going to do that, you're just going to end up in the same position you were or worse. The truth is that when you go to the gym, what you're doing there is rewarding yourself. You're rewarding your body for looking after you, for holding you up all day long, for everything that you can do in your life, right? That's because your body is actually there and helping you do it. You're rewarding yourself by building yourself up. When you're going to, do some weight training or whatever to work on your muscles and that kind of thing, you're rewarding yourself by making yourself stronger. You're rewarding yourself by, hey Chris, morning. You're rewarding yourself by actually looking after your body and prioritizing it, right? So it's something to look at as a reward and as something that's actually honoring your body, not destroying it and punishing it and being angry at it for not looking the way you want or whatever, right? In terms of the weight loss, that's where all the other stuff will come into it, all of the mindset, all of the eating stuff, all of the relationship with your body. Really, mindset is like the big one, your lifestyle, all that kind of stuff, right? But let the gym be somewhere that you fall in love with. Let the gym be somewhere that you actually love yourself and you love your body and you're there to honor it and you're there to respect it and you're there to build it, right? Because that's what you're doing when you say you want to tone. Just gonna, if you haven't heard this before, I'm just gonna put it out there. What you mean is that you want to grow muscle, right? Because you can't flex fat. So tone is therefore muscle. And it doesn't mean that you're going to become the Hulk or something like that. You might, if you're a guy, you might have great genetics. If you're a girl, unlikely. But, whatever. But you're not going to become the Hulk. What you are going to do is tone, which is what you want. But what you are actually doing is building muscle. Yes, you're tearing it down. You're, destroying it in order for it to grow and build and all that kind of stuff, if you want to get really scientific and all that kind of technical stuff. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is growing. You're building muscle, right? When you are, working on your cardio or whatever it is, please stop doing ridiculous amounts of cardio to lose weight. When you are just doing it for your fitness, for your heart health and everything, yeah, it might be hard. Yeah, you're pushing yourself. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're increasing your fitness. You're actually helping your heart get stronger, right? And so the sooner that you start to realize just how much this is a place of growth, a place of building, a place of honoring yourself, rather than a place of punishing yourself and a place of destroying yourself, basically, the sooner you get to A, fall in love with the gym, and B, the sooner that the weight loss and fat loss just becomes a lot easier, because you don't have to go to the gym in order to basically lose weight, because you don't, right? And so that's what I wish somebody had told me, and I wish that, people had the time, that every time someone joins a gym, that they had the time to actually say this to someone, but I know that they don't. So hopefully this has helped someone somewhere. If you think that, this is something that might be worth sharing, please feel free to, share it over on your page if you think that someone that could benefit from this, because, this is something that I wish more people knew, because then we would have a healthier and a fitter nation, which is what, I'm always aiming for, because without your health, you don't really have much. So if this can help anyone, then that's the whole point. Yeah. All right, I think I'm done. I think that's what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, I'll stay on the line for just a minute and I'll have some water. And feel free to pop in any questions that you might have. And yes. Sometimes I realise I talk a lot very quickly, but that's okay. All right, cool. I think that's everything. What are we? What's today? Wednesday. Ooh, okay. Before I go, I do need to mention that if you are interested in finding out more about the business that I'm running, the 90% automated platform, which you hear me talk about all the time. So this is, the reason that I'm going laptop lifestyle, location free in a few months, and able to actually travel the world and do what I want with my husband. So if you want to know more about that and how I've made that happen in just a few months, and the incredible platform that we use, it's 90% automated. It's no tech experience needed. Sorry, this makes me laugh because one of the girls that have just joined, our running joke is that her name is Tech Savvy because she's so not tech savvy. But it makes for very hilarious messages. So yes, no tech experience needed. It's entirely run from a computer, like a laptop or a smartphone, so you can do it anywhere in the world, and there's no selling involved at all. So that's the really, really, really cool part as well for me. And yeah, so if you want to know more about that, I know it sounds really weird or whatever. It sounded really weird when I first started, but it's what's creating a laptop lifestyle for me and what is doing, 4, 5, 6 figure months for my mentors and for myself. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you want to know more, we have a webinar. That's why I'm mentioning it. There's a webinar on tomorrow night that's going to explain in a bit more detail. It's free to watch, and it just explains in a bit more detail what we're doing and how we're doing this. And if you're interested, if this is something that resonates with you, that you'd like to have your time or your money freedom back and be able to do what you want with your life, travel, or even if you just want to spend more time with your family, friends, watch your kids grow up, whatever it is, what have you got to lose by watching a free webinar and seeing if this could be for you? A lot of people started exactly that way, including me. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions, if you're watching this on the replay as well, if you have any questions about the gym stuff or anything like that, please feel free to pop them in because I will check back on them later and I'll answer them for you. Cool? All right, have an amazing day, everyone, and remember to live life on purpose. Bye.